Well, hello, what's up? How is everybody doing? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope you're doing great. Today, I'm bringing you the Tier 5 tier list. Tier 5 tier list, golden era, yellow units, whatever you want to call it. This is the Tier 5 tier list. We got all the yellow units right here. I hope so. If I don't have some, please let me know. And I create tier list every single season just to help you out, because meta changes all the time, and in Conqueror's Blade, you need to get buff and nerf pretty often, every single season. And I'm doing it early into the season so you guys can understand which one to focus on and which you should probably skip. Because some units don't perform so well, but it's up to you. You can get value with most of the units, it depends how you play it, or if you get some lucky games, it happens. Anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna start with a little bit of Cav. I don't remember their name, I forget names. Too many units, can keep track. I'm gonna put in B, just like Catapract Lancer, something like that. Not so bad, just a solid charge and call it a day. This one's right here, the same. This is a very tanky Cav. I don't remember the name, but you can see the picture. It's not the worst, but it's just average at the moment. By the way, Cav at the moment don't do so well. So not many people spam Cav. Besides maybe Anya Dao, which we're gonna see in a few seconds. So Cav this season, not so great. Maybe Chariots, but Chariots are kinda easy to kill. We're gonna talk about it. Winged Hussars, really good. Solid charge, if you go bot veterancy with them, it's actually pretty good. You pass through everything, you don't get CC, which is really nice. Not bad, they got buff last season, feels pretty nice. Flamethrowers, definitely yes. This is probably the best meta for flamethrowers because it's shield battle. It's a lot of units fighting each other, right? Into a blob fight. You have these bad boys behind, you burn everything. Absolutely everything. You damage anything. It doesn't matter because they have a shield or not. They're very good. Flamethrowers are really godlike. Rattan Rangers, or Cavalry, whatever their name was, not so good. Range Cavalry don't perform so well. You can still get hero kills with them, but that's it. They're not so good at the moment. Range Cavalry, it's not good in Conqueror's Blade. That's just how it is. I forgot the name. These guys are with the dogs from the Scottish season. Highlanders, bagpipes, and no idea. I really don't remember. If I remember, I will tell you. Not so great at the moment. Really not so great. Oh, Houndsman. Yes, I remember. I remember their names if I have to think a little bit about it, As I said, I forget units. These are the Houndsmen. Not so great. Not so great at all. I'm gonna put him C. Maybe they're gonna get a little bit of love. And we'll see into the future. For the moment, not so great. Falconetti, you're gonna put him B. Falconetti are still great. I would love to put him A, to be honest, but unfortunately, it's really hard to play them. So it doesn't really fit so much, You just, from afar, shooting, really beautiful, maybe sniping towers, that's most their purpose. The biggest purpose is mostly sniping towers if you succeed, but meh, just an average unit at the moment. It doesn't feel like it works, this meta. So Falconetti Gunners, not so awesome. Monastic Knights, they are not bad. They have a solid charge, really powerful. So we're gonna put him like the end of A, something like that. Solid charge, very tanky, but the big issue is it takes like a huge momentum for them to charge. If they do though, they kinda hurt. They really kinda hurt. They got buffed last season, so they feel a little bit better. As I said, Cav doesn't work so much at the moment, so meh. The beautiful French Cav, forgot their name. Chevaliers, oh, Chevaliers, yes, Chevaliers. Not bad, just a B. I will put him at the end of B, actually. Like low B, high C. I think they deserve a little bit of love, but they're not so worst. They okay. They just okay over unit. Looks really awesome. Gotta give credit to that, but they need a little bit of love. I don't know when. We're gonna hope. Cannons gonna put him A. Some people hate that I put cannons A. They say it's gonna be S. No, because you can't play cannons. That's the problem. Cannons are having such an amazing damage. You destroy anything. The problem is if people don't play around you, you can't play the cannons. Everyone is rushing you. If you play flamethrowers, at least you just send them into the front line, press V and let them do God's work. At least they fast, they can run around and you can do some damage. These guys, you need time. You need time to reload, you need time to charge the cannons, and you need a lot of defense around you to make them work. So that's why I put them A. I think they have amazing damage, but it's really hard to play the cannons because everyone rushes you. It's really tough. You don't have a team, you don't play the cannons, and that's why I put them A. It's situational. It's really situational to play them, but they're good. They're really good. If you succeed to get that nice team to protect you, that's awesome. Hwarang, gonna put him A. Hwarang, I would love to put him S because I think they probably will deserve it, but they got a little bit nerf on leadership, and it's shield meta, and shield meta range units don't do the best at the moment against shield meta. So Hwarang are still godlike, still amazing, but because of the shields, I don't think they deserve S tier, but they're still really good. Hwarang are still really one of the best tier 5 range units in the game. Season 1 Keshiks. Nope. I'm gonna put him C this time. Before I used to put Keshiks on D because they were horrendous. Now they got a small buff and they still trash. Keshiks are completely bad even after the buffs. I don't know. Useless cavalry. I don't know why they didn't buff them like they did with the shield maidens, but Keshiks are not so good. So instead of putting them to D, I'm gonna put them to C. Let them be there. I think Keshiks are just trash. Deal with it. Nothing to say. Nothing more to say. They did buff them, but nothing just came out of it. I don't know. Still weak. Shield maidens. They deserve S. Shield maidens are strong at the moment. They do pretty well in this meta. But if you're a new player, I wouldn't recommend playing shield maidens because they are very difficult to play. So as a new player, probably skip shield maidens, play them a little bit later, but they got a lot of buffs, so they feel much more better to play at the moment. You can play them for free because there is the event for 30 days, so just have fun. You know, just try them out, see it for yourself. They still pretty difficult to play. So good luck with that, but they good. They are good, they deserve S. I have no complaints about it. I think they generally deserve that. Illaoi Rangers, I'm gonna put him at the end of A. I like to put him like high B, low A. Not bad, solid charge, can deal against Cav. It's an interesting unit. I think it's very underrated in my opinion, but as I said, it's not Cav meta. Cav at the moment don't work so much, so I guess it makes sense, you know. Queen's Paladins, unfortunately Queen's Paladins kinda dropped from S to A and below. I'm gonna put him at the end of A, unfortunately, like a high B, low A, same like Illaoi's Rangers, because Queen's Paladins at the moment struggle a little bit. There is a lot of shields, right? Your stab is the most important. You become invincible stabbing and you do decent damage, and that's the best skill you have. But the big issue is shields block your stab, and because of that, you don't do much about it. So Queen Knights, Queen's Paladins, whatever you want to call them, they don't perform the best. But if you use them correctly from the side, like Orochi Samurai and everything like that, you can still get some value. They are very fast, you can kill heroes. They feel good to play, and they're very easy to play. That's why I still put them like low A, because they're very easy to play, but they struggle a little bit, so be very careful. It's not their meta. I don't think it works the best at the moment, but can still get value with them because they're very simple. Very, very simple to play. So just low A. That's it. Changes, definitely S. Changes are really good at the moment. They break anything with the bombs. They've been buffed. You can throw like 3-4 times now, do a lot of damage. Changes feel really awesome to play. It's not about shooting with them, it's about the bombs. Even if there is shield meta, doesn't matter. They just destroy everything they touch with the bombs, which is awesome. Changes feel great. Pavis, gonna put him C. Pavis, these guys you can buy them, you don't have to unlock them. Pavis are bad. I love Pavis myself. I like them a lot, but they weak. Pavis crossbowmen are very, very weak, and I wouldn't recommend touching them. but you do you. They're a nice unit though, looking cool, beautiful to play, but very weak. Yanedao, this is one of the best tier 5 cav into the game. This is the only cav that I see around these days pretty often, because it still does very well. A bit difficult to play, but Yanedao, it's still the best tier 5 cav into the game at the moment. Literally the best, because it's really good. And it's really strong, and can get a lot of value. It's the only good cav at the moment that I see it in my games from time to time, and it pretty much performs, not bad at all. Xianja Heavy Cavalry, this is from the Dragon Rise season. I'm gonna put it low A, high B. It's still nice, good charge, press the second skill, get a lot of damage, but they feel like they die pretty quickly, I don't know. So just gonna put him like low A, high B, something like that. They still okay, they still not that bad, they a bit more than average. As I said, not much cav around, so pretty hard to decide where to put them, but you can still get value with them. Spartans definitely deserve S. Spartans are still godlike, still the best shield unit in the game, but they are not so obnoxious as they were before. When Spartans came out, and even the last season, they were much more annoying than before. Now, they don't feel so annoying as they used to be, or so broken as they used to be. They're much weaker than before. Maybe they got shadow nerf, I do not know. Maybe it's the meta, no idea. But they still perform, they're still one of the best shield units into the game, and they deserve to be S. However, they're not broken anymore. Not at all. Don't listen to all the people that cry on Discord, man. Those guys cry about anything. Spartans feel so much more balanced, at least a little bit, than ever was before. Much more better. I didn't have problems with them this time. So I think they're a strong unit. Spartans are still one of the best tier 5 infantry, and I agree, but they're not so obnoxious as they used to be. They're still strong though. Definitely recommend to play it, and very easy to play too. Iron Reaper's gonna put it at the end of A. I don't know why Iron Reapers don't perform the best, especially on shield meta. I have no idea why. Maybe they need a little bit of love, in my opinion. But it's still easy to play, and it's the cheapest tier 5 infantry into the game. You buy it with 100 points, which this is probably, if you're a new player, a returning player, this is your first tier 5 infantry, because it's cheap as hell. It's very easy to play, not hard, so you can get some value with it in big blob fights. I'm gonna put it at the end of A, low B, something like that. Nothing more. I don't think it deserves more. I don't know. It's a bit struggling at the moment, so meh. Tercios, just B. I don't know, just okay, I guess. Again, shield meta, not so great, but you can press the second skill and snipe enemy heroes. That's pretty cool. Tanky unit, but not so awesome. Siladars deserve A. Siladars are still great, and shield meta do pretty good too. Not bad at all. Siladars, still good unit. Modao did got some buff. They do very well against Cav. Against Cav, they don't really have a problem, to be honest. Maybe against Chariots, because they don't really destroy the Chariots. But they did got buff, and they feel much better than before, so I'm gonna put him at the end of A. This is an anti-Cav unit, but there is the Phalanx, which is way better than it. So no one really plays Modao. So I'm just gonna put him at the end of A because he got buff and it feels much better against Cav, and the rest, nothing. So just low A, high B, something like that. Varangian Guards, yeah, I'm gonna put him C. They need some love. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I hope soon, because they're pretty awesome to play. But until then, Varangian Guards are gonna stay on C. The Vikings need a lot of love. Retiari from the Colosseum season, nope. Just absolutely not. This one is absolutely of a tragedy of a unit, not gonna lie. I'm thinking to put him actually D because it's just so bad. I'm actually gonna put it D. Yes, judge me, I don't care. Retiari is so bad. It is such a horrendous unit. I don't know. Even the number is like 12 of a soldiers. Terrible. Really terrible. Hashashins, not so great anymore. I'm gonna put him C. They used to be pretty good against range. Nowadays it's more about blob fights. Hashashins need some love. When it's gonna happen, I do not know, but for the moment we're gonna keep them C. Orochi Samurai, A, deserve it. Now, there are some people, especially the pros, that always bark, saying that Orochi Samurai don't perform so well. They actually still do God's work. Not only that you can counter Cav and you destroy the new Chariot, but if you use it correctly in big blob fights, your second skill can snipe a lot of units, even shielded units. Yes, they struggle a little bit, they don't do the best against shields, but the second skill, which is the bot veterancy, doesn't perform that bad. I had high success with Orochi Samurai, not bad at all. If you use them correctly, you can get so much value with them. Really good unit. I'm not gonna put them S because, as I said, I don't think they're better than Shield in general, but they do good. They still do very good. Zweihander's gonna put him A. Zweihanders are not bad. I think it's a very underrated unit. The big issue is no one plays Zweihanders. No one. I probably see more Modao and Iron Reapers than I actually see Zweihanders. Zweihanders are difficult to play. I am focusing on making a video about it once I level them up. It does take a little bit of time, but Zweihanders are not in the best meta at the moment. They do good against shields, just either they die too fast or they're very difficult to play. So unfortunately for Zweihanders, gonna put him just B. Maybe they're gonna get a little bit of love in the future. For the moment, just B. Phalanx A, deserve it. These guys are the best anti-cav unit in the game, the best infantry, that's why I don't play Modao. Strong, good damage, lovely to play, a bit difficult, because they're not so simple to play, but they have such a good mechanism, like so beautiful, it feels nice to play Phalanx. They destroy every cav, they destroy the Chariots, the new Chariots, and they're very, very lovely to play. The best anti-cav in the game. This is what you play mostly as an infantry. And you do very well against other infantries too, if you play them correctly. They do really, really good. Don't deserve S in my opinion, because Spartans kinda shadow you, and Spartans rush you down really easily. And you're scared about the Spartans, not gonna lie. So they can be sniped pretty easily by a range. So that's why they don't deserve this. I think they got a little bit of nerf too. I don't know why. Maybe because people cry too much, but whatever. Chariots. Everyone is crying about Chariots, which too much crying, less playing. People don't want to learn to counter the unit. But it deserves to be S for the moment at least. It's not bad. It's very annoying to play against. It's very fun to play with. It's good, you disrupt the enemy units, you run around. The big issue with the Chariot is a lot of units counter you. A lot. These guys counter you, Warren counter you. These guys counter you, these guys counter you. Even Tertius, if they aim you, can actually counter you. The thing is, the Chariot can be dismounted pretty easily. You get a lot of damage by blue units, even some green units. I don't think the Chariot is broken. I think just people cry too much for no reason. They always do. They cry more, dude. I'm being honest, too much depression these days in this game. No one wants to have fun anymore. Everyone is just crying still, instead of finding a solution to counter the Chariot. There are a lot of counters to it. And I was playing these days, and every single time I saw a Chariot, I was just destroying it. So easily. I had no issues with it. I think the Chariot is very strong. I think it's in a good spot, but not broken. Trust me, I prefer Chariot meta at the moment and Shield meta than the Spartan meta when it was 2 seasons ago. Trust me, right now it's way, way better. So no, Chariot is good, but I don't think it's broken. I think just people cry too much, that's all. Once they will find units to counter it, they won't cry anymore, trust me. Just, unfortunately, people tend to stay more on Discord and spam like dogs instead of actually playing the game, which is unfortunate. So just have fun. Chariot is okay. Chariot is fine. It's a fine unit and it's easy to counter. Anyway, with that being said, this is the tier list. Hope it helps. I try to be as specific as I can on the units. And I'm doing this for you, to help you out. This is my tier list. If you think it's not that great, that's awesome, create your own, God bless you. That's how my games work, that's what the units I get in my games. If in your games is different, you do you, you can create your own tier list. I'm not blaming you or anything, you do you. But this is to help you out, and this is the tier list. Hope it helps. Anyway, I wish you a lovely day. a good week, and I see you in the next one.